My name is Meredith Fischer, and I've been a nurse for almost 24 years, and I came to hospice about 6 years ago, and I'm very passionate about end-of-life care.
My name is Houchin. I'm the clinical manager of this inpatient unit here at Baptist South. I've been with community hospice for almost 6 years now. Ms. Garcia, I believe, was admitted about the 10th of December or the 11th of December. Her goal, as we've talked about, is she really wanted to go home. So at that time, she was discharged home with hospice. Unfortunately, her symptoms only maintained for about 24 hours, and she had to come to the emergency room here at Baptist South. The 12th or 13th, she came to us off the floor with uncontrolled pain, nausea, but when she came here on the 15th, we were able to do really good symptom management, get everything stabilized, and get her home on the 22nd, because her goal was to be home for Christmas.
I became aware that her son, who was from out of town, he was going to be leaving soon, and the family, it was very important to them to get a family photo before he left. So I let my manager know about that, and she made it happen.
Well, the nurses said, hey, the patient in the room wanted to speak with you. And I walked in, it was Mr. Garcia, David and Ruby were sitting there, and they said, and of course, most of the time you get called to a room, it's not anything good. But they said, look, we really want to take a family picture. You know, our son is leaving on Saturday to go back to California with his wife. How can we do this? So I took him and we looked around, and I found one of the quiet rooms that was really pretty. It's set up just like this room. And we decided that we would bring her in and put her in a chair and then have the family surrounding her. So they had a lot of fun with it, a lot of goofy and a lot of serious, but it was wonderful to be able to fulfill that wish, because he was going back to California.
I mean, she was just so strong, and she knew what she wanted to do, and she was able to convey that to us, and so that we could help make that happen. I mean, they're just such a beautiful family. I mean, they were so supportive of each other. They were just so close, and you know, you could tell they took care of each other in a very special, compassionate way.
I think developing that level of trust for the nurses, particularly that are at the bedside all the time, is really important. And I think some of that comes to, sometimes we have to talk about the past. Sort of, we'll say, you know, in my experience, I've had patients where we see this happen, because a lot of people do have the feeling that this is the end of the road. And the simple fact is, people get better. We're very good at symptom management, particularly in the inpatient units, and this is not necessarily the end of the road. And let's talk about what you want to do. And sometimes that's the first time people have been asked, what do you want? Not, this is what's happening. And I think when you can give over some of that control to the patient and the family, you start to develop that trust.
We take every patient that comes into us as a unique situation. Every situation is unique. So we have to really determine what the patient's goal and what the family's goal is, and then work towards that. And whatever that may be for them, we're going to start there with what their goal is, and really focus on their unique situation.